to ITTO Deep Dive. This is where we go into the ITTOs of project management, and we're taking a look at the PMBOK Guide 6th edition. That's right, the 6th edition. Well, let me give you some good advice here if you are trying to break into the PMBOK Guide. Perhaps you've gone through chapters 1, 2, 3. You'll get into chapter 4. You're going to hit the tools and the techniques. You're also going to hit the inputs and outputs. Now, the inputs and outputs are rather straightforward because these are things you get. These are not things that you do. The things you do are more difficult than the things you get. Think about it. The things that you get from a process are either project documents or project management plan components or change requests or work performance information or work performance data or work performance reports. They're things that you can link. You can connect the concept of what the PMI is telling you you get. You can link that to your real world. You've seen a report before. You get the concept of change requests. But the tough stuff is the tools and techniques. The tools and techniques are the hard part on any exam, CAPM exam, PMP exam, and that's why we're going to be spending roughly 1.5 to 2 hours, maybe more, we'll find out. But we're going to spend this time digging into the tools and techniques. It's going to be extremely rapid though. So we're not spending hours on end on a tool or technique. We're going to hit it one time, we're going to hit it quick, and then I'm going to give you some ammo, knowledge ammo, that will help you analyze the tool and technique further. So a lot of people are reading this book, the PMBOK Guide 6th edition, and they're hitting a brick wall. Well, my job is to remove that barrier so that when you see a tool or technique, you feel, hey, it's no big deal. That guy Phil covered it, and he gave me insights into what it is so I can study it further, okay? I'm going to be showing you the tricks of the trade to studying the ITTOs even more. You see, the whole idea is to know what to do when you see a tool or technique that ordinarily would throw you for a loop. All right, so without much ado, I'm going to be covering a lot of this information. You're going to see me looking at my iPad, you're going to see me looking at my PMBOK Guide, and I might even whiteboard a few things for you just so that it all sticks, okay? So once again, welcome, welcome. We're going to be starting off with page 685. So for those of you who don't know, PMBOK Guide on page 685, PMBOK Guide 6th edition, I hope that's the edition you're using. Well, on 685, it's got appendix X6. This appendix is really where you want to hone in. You want to hone in on this appendix, and you want to use the appendix to do a little bit of dissecting, because we're going to extract all the ITTOs from appendix X6, and I'm going to be telling you what they are. So let's read. It says, Introduction. The PMBOK Guide 6th edition presents tools and techniques differently from other editions. Where appropriate, the edition groups tools and techniques by their purpose. The group name describes the intent of what needs to be done. So in essence, they have grouped tools and techniques in the 6th edition. That's right, they've grouped them in chunks. Now, that could be a little bit annoying when you take a look at figure 4-1, 5-1, 6-1. It doesn't give you clarity into what exactly is being done in each process. And that's why I use the word mine. You got to mine for the tools and techniques. So you come across data analysis. What part of data analysis? Data analysis is a catch-all for many things. So that's exactly what we're going to be looking at, all right? Let's go over to page 686. Turn the page over. It goes into this dialogue of tools and techniques groups. Let's read. First one is data gathering techniques. Now I'm going to give you the skinny of all of this stuff. Data gathering is gathering data. Whatever you use, the bottom line is you're collecting data. And that data is going to be analyzed, most likely. That data is going to be represented in some type of image or chart. That data is going to be used. So the next thing they talk about here is data analysis techniques. And these are techniques used to analyze the data that you've collected, however you wish to do that. So you gather a bunch of data, you analyze the data. Okay? Ultimately, you're going to represent the data. That's the next bullet. Data representation techniques, whether you draw it in a chart or a graph or an image of sorts, that's data representation. Now, the next grouping is decision-making techniques. There are many ways we can make decisions as project managers or as a team. This goes into what techniques can be used to make decisions. Next, you've got communication skills. This revolves all around communications, and there are two that we're going to talk about here. And then it goes into interpersonal and team skills. People like referring to these as soft skills. Well, there are 17 that we're going to talk about in this study. Now, last but not least, we have a lot of tools and techniques that do not fall into these groups. Okay, and the PMI calls these ungrouped tools and techniques. These are tools and techniques that do not fall into any particular group. They are standalone tools and techniques, all right? Are you ready to go? We're going to start off from the very first grouping, data gathering tools and techniques. So, hey, get your pen, get your highlighter. These are very important. I don't do any studying without a highlighter and a pen. All right? When we come back, we're going to begin to hit these tools and techniques. Get your paper, get your pen, get your PMBOK Guide 6. Hey, we're going to mark this thing up. See you when I come back.
So I hope you've taken a look at this video in detail. This is the very beginning of the course. Now, if you look at the information down below, you can click on the link, head to Vimeo, and get this course. It's a packed course that covers all the tools and the techniques. And it will really help anyone who is struggling with the tools and techniques. I spoke to a colleague of mine who came out of one of the exams, the CAPM exam to be specific. And this individual found it very tool and technique heavy, very tool and technique heavy. And that's why I've decided to hone in on this particular need that people have to know the tools and techniques, to be able to rapidly cover them. I mean, they're enormous. They are huge. I mean, just take a look at the screen here, and you can see that there are so many groupings with lots of individual details of these tools and techniques. For example, you're taking a look at data analysis tools and techniques, and that is one line item. But when you break it down, you can see you've got alternatives analysis, assessment of other risk parameters, assumption and constraint analysis, and the list goes on. And this is how the entire landscape of the PMBOK is. So it is a very needed topic at this time for people studying for the exam to be able to hone in on these tools and techniques, to get them done, and dusted, And once you've covered the tools and techniques, you know that you know the tools and techniques. And as I'm going along, some of these tools and techniques, I'm actually showing you some examples or referring you to where you can get examples of some of these. So if the tools and techniques have been giving you trouble, if you're experiencing difficulty in combing through them, if they are a roadblock as you go through the content, I want to encourage you. Jump on the bandwagon. Now you can see down below that link, you can see those special links. Click on that link. All right, head to Vimeo, get the course. There is so much to talk about that I can't even start talking about it right now. All right, but if you have any questions about the course, let me know. The bottom line is this is only tools and techniques. This does not cover anything that will take your focus away from tools and techniques. It's all about the tools and techniques. So chapter by chapter, we're diving into each tool, each technique, and I mean each sub tool or each sub technique. All right, so go through the curriculum. When you click on that link, you can check it out. Or if you go to Praizion.com and you hit the training tab and you scroll down, you'll see this particular course. And you can see we have broken it out similar to what you're looking at on the screen here. You know, the first module, data analysis, and then we begin to cover module by module. You know, each of these, you know, data gathering, data analysis, data representation, each of those is a module. Within that module, each of those items is covered. It's put under the microscope and really covered. All right, so you want to take a look at the links below. Hey, it's your friend Phil trying to help realign your focus for the PMP exam. But thank you very much for joining. Thank you for watching. And I look forward to seeing you in the course. Remember, any questions, just drop them down here in the message box. Thank you very much, and bye for now.